All right, we're recording. EP2, episode 2 of the Posh and Mosh Show. That's what's going on. We recently saw Del Toro's film, Crimson Peak, and we are going to review it. I'm Mosh.
I'm Posh.
And what do you think about the movie? I loved it.
I loved it too. It had if people out there are like fans of Del Toro, you would notice some of the ideas from the film Mama. It's kind of implemented in Crimson Peak. But in Crimson Peak, he went into like Victorian age, and I don't know why, but I felt like it was over the top with the costumes, and it was just too lively for me for a Victorian age.
It was pretty lively, actually. Even the scenes in the house seemed pretty lively.
Yeah, it was like Victorian, but not true Victorian. It was like Victorian in his own twist.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like Del Toro took a sense on himself in this to make it his own, put his own stamp, which I feel he definitely did in this film, you know?
Yeah.
He definitely made his own stamp on it and everything.
Oh yeah, he did.
And his own way, and to be honest with you, Crimson Peak, I give it a solid 10. I loved it.
So you give it a solid 10?
I say see it, yeah. I love it.
Well, in terms of the costumes, what did you think of the costumes?
The costumes were actually very vibrant, but a little bit too vibrant. If he was going for a darker atmosphere, I felt he should have maybe...
Yes.
He should have...
Because I feel like Victorian age is kind of like...
Jolly, happy.
Well, not jolly, happy.
Yeah,
It was... For me, Victorian... I've seen Victorian movies, and it's more like, you know... the colors are like more... what's it called? Not as saturated.
As saturated, okay.
It's more dark. But that's my kind of spiel of Victorian age.
More dark.
But I felt like it was, I mean, the costumes kind of felt, I mean, I don't want to like sound biased or anything, but I felt like the costumes were like cheap looking. It was too over the top that it looked cheap. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I completely understand what you're saying.
So I felt like they could have done better on the costumes. In terms of story, I love the story. It gives a really good, I wouldn't say lesson, but it gives us like a good message that, you know, ghosts are real, even though if you believe it or not. But you know, that emotion from people, dead or alive, it's always real.
I'm just gonna say spoilers ahead. I'm gonna spoil it. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers, just back out right now.
Should have said that before.
Well, technically we weren't describing the story. Now I'm going to go into story arc and story content and what I loved about the film and stuff like that. So now it's spoiler. So if you guys want to back out now, you can back out. You give you like 10 seconds right there. All right, that's long enough. Technically, what I loved about the story was how it's kind of like a love story in its own right, and how he actually falls in love with her, even though his sister does love the brother, and they have kind of like this whole weird incest.
That was so weird. I was like, and the guy was like, "Oh, I just slept with my sister, but I still love you."
But
I'm like, what? Even though you had like this whole time to explain to her that she's gonna die, and you didn't until like the last minute where she sees you having like relations with your sister.
And I thought like
I was just like, what? If you really loved her, you could have like told her like way before.
I thought the way she found out was kind of bullshit. And I was like, okay, so the ghost had to tell her, you couldn't tell her, dude?
Exactly. It's like, if you really loved her, then why didn't you at least tell her like before she was drinking tea or something, or give her a hint like, oh, don't drink that.
Exactly. You know? I mean, technically, FYI, poison in the drink.
Yeah.
poison in the drink. Who would have not seen that coming? The girl looks sinister enough and crazy enough. I was like, that's Scar.
And it's funny because like after she finds out that she's drinking poison from the tea, and then after she she's in bed, and then the sister comes and she's like, oh, here's some tea, and then she finds out already that the tea is poison. But then she eats the porridge, and I'm like, are you that stupid? Don't you know that she poisoned the porridge too? And
on top of that, not only poisoned porridge, didn't you notice when she took the key and she left the keys there? She wanted her to put the keys back on the keychain.
Exactly. That's why she put the keys there.
Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is she doing? Why the hell would you put the key back on the keychain? Which she left it there intentionally for you to, put it back on. That's what she would know.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, you're an idiot. Exactly. You definitely are a little girl, because honestly, I would have noticed that, and I would have been like, well, the key, I'm keeping it.
Well, I think the whole point of her character is that she comes from a rich family, so she doesn't really experience life. Like the guy said in the beginning, like, you're a spoiled brat, you're a spoiled child, and you never experience love, you never experience heartbreak, you never experience all these kinds of things. So you're innocent, you don't know anything about anything, and you're very gullible.
Yes.
So it's interesting how she went from a fancy smancy life and into you're on your own, you need to think on your feet, and that was the interesting part of it, which I liked.
No, I really did love that concept, but I thought technically, like, when she opened the cage, probably Del Toro would have done something like maybe the baby of her, like her baby was gonna grow up, because you see that little when she poked with the stick.
I was confused with that.
Yeah, I was
Whose
confused.
baby is that?
Well, technically it was her baby, because she had
baby?
The sister's baby, technically. Yeah, they had a baby. That's why it came out. That's why she said that I had to kill the baby, because it came out not right. Because technically, in Salem's, technically
the sister and the brother.
Yeah, they had a kid together. Technically, the Italian lady was trying to help fix the baby, even though the baby lived for a while. She ended up killing the baby and the Italian lady. That's why the lady had the baby in her arms.
Oh, because she was trying to help the baby live?
Yeah. And she was trying to take care of it because she really cared about the baby. But not only that...
But did that Italian baby knew that was her baby or the sister's baby?
No, she knew. The Italian lady knew.
Oh.
Probably after she found out that, the brother and sister were kind of, getting it on, But doing the himmy-majiggy, the jiggy-jiggy, the wild thingy. The point is, or the tickle-me-pickle, something like that. Pretty much they completed the circle of life, but in a wrong way, That's a completely different story, completely different topic. I'll rant about some other day.
I feel that... I feel like the brother and sister relationship...
it was a good twist. I mean, I felt like... I didn't see it coming.
I saw it coming because they were too close.
I didn't expect them to be brother and sister. I thought she was going to be the wife, and she was faking it.
I actually thought so. I thought that it was his wife and was faking being his sister.
Yeah, exactly.
Just so they could get money.
Exactly. And then...
But I really don't understand why they wanted all that money so they could produce that red goo.
No, because they were mining the clay. Their family business or whatever his house is located on, that's red clay. So that's what they were trying to produce. I thought they were dead per se, but I guess they were alive, quote unquote, but dead inside. The brother and sister. Mm-hmm. Because when he said, "Oh, we're already dead," I mean, technically he's alive. In the film, he's not dead, even though his birth certificate says he died at 20. Even though he didn't, makes me wonder, did he fake his death and why? Because how the
I completely missed that.
Well, all I understood from that part was technically when I saw that part, technically my understanding is that he faked his death. That's why he can be with all these different women. I don't know, like that. I would have to rewatch the movie again to comprehend, because that was another part of the story. Because I know that dad found out that way, but I thought he ended up killing the dad. I thought the brother killed the dad practically, but that was actually the psychotic sister. And I'm pretty sure she went to a psych ward right after killing the mom.
Yeah.
definitely went to a psych ward, because like if she was protecting her brother, I'm curious if she was banging him since the crib, you know? I mean, don't get me wrong.
Okay, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the story.
Right. Point is that technically, we already know what happened between them and their relationship. It's stupid. I don't get. I got the twister, but I thought it was gonna be like I said, the wife. But I'm not trying to repeat myself here. But going back to the story, then the doctor comes into the house to play and actually tries saving the girl. Like, I'm curious now if they're gonna get married at the end of the film. Makes me wonder.
I just feel like I feel like Edith should have just married the
doctor, yeah.
The doctor, yeah. I was like, why not? I mean, he has the qualifications and stuff, but she falls for this random dude that just comes into the picture and just falls in love just because he likes her story.
But I don't get why the mother wouldn't have taken a more, I guess, the ghost mother would have taken a more motherly approach, like in a suitable approach, instead of some creepy ass vibe going, my child. Exactly. And I'm like, what the fuck? Hey, okay, if I'm gonna approach my kids, I don't want to look like shit. I'm gonna give some kind of image, probably in their dream, and then tell them, you know.
I think it was only for the purpose of being like horror.
No, I understand. Del Toro did that on purpose.
Yeah, it was for the trailers.
But it makes me wonder if she died a tragic death too.
It really doesn't explain how she died.
I know, but it makes me wonder if there was foul play by the father. But then again, he would have remarried if that was the case.
Yes.
So, I guess she died of natural causes, or she died of horror.
No, I think it said
was
something about...
plague or something, shit like that. She died.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Some kind of plague. Oh, shit. My bad. This is Portman. I need to go here. Sorry, I'm driving. I'm in the... Fuck. Oh, fuck my life. I'm stupid right now. I'm just like, shit, whatever. I'm gonna take a picture. Fuck it. I'm technically in the right. I'm in the wrong. I was like, fuck. That's what happens when I get sidetracked doing these fucking podcasts. I never think appropriately. Okay. We're good now. Now I know where we're at.
Well, I didn't know you were gonna do it in the car while driving.
It's okay. No, these podcasts should be the driven kind. I got a little sidetracked because I was looking at my beautiful Posh. You know, I can't help myself every time I'm around her. You know, she gets to me all the time. She melts my heart. What can I say? Back to the story, but yeah, the Victorian era was very interesting because I know technically I heard, you know, Victorian age, you had ghosts, you know, all that kind of stuff, you know, going on.
You had ghosts in Victorian age?
Well, I mean,
I don't think so.
They had ghost stories, and then they had stuff about it.
Yikes.
No worries, we're good. And we had stuff about it, right? And then, in the Victorian age, but, you know, nothing too much. I mean, technically, like in the Victorian age, supposedly that when a person died in the house, like, they would haunt your house. I mean, there was like a bunch of ghost stories on that shit, you know?
Oh, yeah.
That's what probably Del Toro got the idea from it. He wanted to do something a little different. Because I remember Pan's Labyrinth, even though it doesn't tie into this film, and it's more like Mama, like you said.
Yes.
But I feel like Pan's Labyrinth had a little like had a little flair from like he took a little bit from Pan's Labyrinth in the sense of remember that one eye creature, right? That eeriness of the house. That's what I felt like. They had Pan's Labyrinth eeriness to it, you know, like the darkness, like more like that kind of a feel.
I need to see Pan's Labyrinth because I forgot how eerie the house is.
Well, the idea